Welcome back to the Origin Show here on KWCH. Happy to be joined by Tay Money. She's a rapper out of Dallas, Texas. She's been doing this for quite a while, 5 or 6 years, 7, 8 years. How much of a whirlwind? Yeah, 6, 7 years.
Six, seven.
How how much of a whirlwind have these last 6 or 7 years been for you? Because it kind of happened for you immediately in a way that you became well known.
Yes, it has been a little unreal, but I've been very blessed and you have not seen the best of Tay Money yet. I was just getting prepared, and I'm so blessed.
How does that happen? I've never gone viral really for anything. It makes sense that you have because you have more talent than I do. But how did that happen? When did it, did you just wake up and say, hey, I've got 100,000 views today? Or what was the process like for that happening for you?
I teased some music that I was just doing it to have fun and like honestly like try to be cool. And then when I saw that, I'm like, wait, are these real? Like, is this real? It was really like a crazy feeling. And I was trying to explain it to my mom. I used to do hair before. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, you're rapping? She like thought I was talking about wrapping presents. Like, I've never done music. And um, she was just like, what do you mean a record label is calling you? Like, we could not wrap our head around it. So honestly, it makes it like way fun because you just didn't see it coming. And so I honestly feel like it was part of God's plan, you know? It's like, how are you supposed to know? But it was insane. I woke up at one point, my page blew up, and I thought that I was being like spammed, and I started blocking people.
Whoops. Those could have been your fans.
Sorry.
So when something like that happens, do you feel like, I got to capitalize on this right away and do something else and make more music? Or is it like, okay, this is the beginning. Where do I go from here? What's the next step?
I actually did not understand anything about it. I didn't know like what rolling out music was, how the content, like I just didn't get it. I'm from a very small East Texas town called Athens.
Yeah.
Um, I just I did not know what to do, but like it really unrolled or like it really just happened like it should have and it was good. But looking back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have did this right then, you know? But like I said, now I feel 100% prepared. But it was just, like I said, it feels unreal. It's like a dream. It's like you live in a dream and you just don't want it to end. So you just keep going harder and harder.
Yeah. So you talked about growing up in Athens. You're out of Dallas now, but let's talk about growing up in Athens because I did read, you didn't really even know that there was a path toward getting into music. So early on, what was your life like? Did you enjoy music? Did you have influences? Were there people you listened to and sort of thought, hey, maybe one day that's something?
I remember performing Destiny's Child in my mirror and performing over and over again, but I didn't make music. I didn't even think that I could. I grew up on like a farm slash ranch, you know, and I played softball. Like we were like very like Friday Night Lights family. Um, and like it was just looking back now at me performing in my room, it makes sense now. But then it didn't make sense that people didn't have music studios in Athens. There were no artists out of like live artists out of Athens. So I just didn't even think it was possible. And I remember singing one time when I was like 9, and my cousin was like, why are you so nasally? So I never sang again. But now I'm like, yeah, girl, look.
Guy, it's perfect. So you were homecoming queen, right?
I was, yeah.
What made you popular in high school?
I was somebody that got along with everybody. In high schools, like you have a lot of cliques. I really didn't have a clique. I like would weasel into everybody's clique. I would hang out with everybody, and I was very athletic and I was very outgoing, always joking, laughing, and being crazy. And I think that I just resonated a little bit with everybody. And I also think that that helps me now because I'm such a people person that it's like I want to talk to everybody. Like I want to talk to everybody. And people are like, Tay, we have to go. And I'm like, I'm not done talking to this person, you know? So I just think that really helped me.
What do you think it was about your music? Because in an environment where on TikTok, you can scroll through and maybe Tay Money never comes up, or it has to be sort of organic. What do you think people latched onto about your music? Why do you think it caught on so quickly?
I think that I base my music off of having fun. I always wanted to feel fun. And then another thing is I kind of make it for the heartbroken girlies to like let them know, like, hey, you don't need to be crying over this boy. Like, let's have fun. Let's do this. Like, you don't need him. And I think that a lot of girls resonate with that. And that is one of the reasons I started making music was because I was like, I'm going to get my face everywhere and they'll never be able to escape me.
Hey, it's working.
Thank you.
So you kind of shifted into Dallas. What was that process like becoming, as part of a bigger scene, I guess, in Dallas? And then I guess, how do you take the next step? What is the next step after Dallas? How do you go more global?
When I first moved to Dallas, my mom had moved up there and I followed her. But I would look up on Twitter, Dallas Tonight, and then I would find the most poppin' looking event and I would show up to all of them. I had no friends and I would show up to all of the events. And I eventually, I made friends. And then I didn't understand that there was an underground music scene, and like finding that was what did it for me. Like being like, hey, if she can do it, if he can do it, I can do it. And it gave me the confidence. But going in Dallas and finding my home in Dallas, I I knew it was possible on the inside and I did it. And I know that if I can do it in Dallas, I can do it somewhere else. And I think that I have to go to new places and put myself in those events, in those situations, and touch people's hands and kiss the babies. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, do you think people grasp that you have to put the work in, that it's not just a light switch that goes on someday? You just talk about showing up everywhere. Do you think that resonates with younger people? Like, hey, it's not just about going viral one day. You have to kind of follow up on it. You have to work hard. How do you spread that message?
I think that we see a lot of people go viral and then we never see anything from them ever again. And I know that's a very difficult feeling because, with our careers, it is very stagnant, and there are cycles and everything's not going to be a hit. You're going to have your ups and downs. But I do think people probably look at me and be like, oh, like it's easy for her. Like it's not. Like I literally put in the hours and I have those days where I'm like, I'm going to quit. Like I'm not good enough. Or we all go through those emotions. We're all human. But it's like, if you really want it, you have to figure out how to get it.
So what?
And
Go ahead.
and sometimes, there are days where I'm like, I'm getting too old for this, if we're just being honest. And I'm like, I can't. But I also feel like I didn't come this far and have this much success to just walk away from it. And I'm also not a quitter.
Absolutely. So what was the process for you doing this professionally? I know you signed with Geffen Records, which is just incredible. So how did that happen? Who helped you? Who influenced you along the way? And now you're doing it.
I met these people out of Miami. They were called C'est La Vie. They now go by Rebel. They found me from a very viral video called Trapper's Delight. And I met with a lot of labels. I met with probably like 10 people, and no one felt special to me. I'm talking, I felt like they didn't care if I was in that room or not. And that was really disheartening because I thought I was going to walk in there and become Britney Spears. So I was like, like, forget this. And I'm going back to my hair job. And I met the very last people I met was Rebel. And when I met them, I was like, I'm supposed to be with them. So basically, it's called an upstreaming deal, or like a production deal. And they found me and they helped grow me, like artist development, and kind of showed me the ropes. And then it was up to me to be like, okay, now I know what to do. And then they were able to sign me to Interscope Geffen Records, who I'm no longer with, but
Okay.
that's fine because being an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like just the reality of it is that if you're not popping and you're not on the very top, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
And I asked to be released to put my foot on next the way I wanted to, so I could have creative control and, do what I want to do. And I think that's important. And I think people should be happy to be independent. Um, and then when you really need that help, they will find you. When you really are to that level, you will know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but artist development is so important these days. And that's not easy either.
What do you like about your kind of music? And you see, I guess you could put it under an umbrella and say rap, but it's not just rap. Obviously, you've gotten into country music, so many other things. So, what do you like about the way you do music, and what do you enjoy about rapping overall?
I consider my genre called fun. Like everything is just fun, feel good. I enjoy, and I have grown so much as an artist. I enjoy being in the studio. I enjoy working with like-minded individuals. And just being in that room and making something that's like it scratches your ear. Like that feeling is like you chase it. You chase it and you chase it. So when you get one, you're like, I have one that I have no one has heard yet, and I'm like, I know, but I can't just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? It takes a plan.
I was going to ask you, I mean, talking to you now for what, 10, 15 minutes that we've been on so far, I can see there's an authenticity to you. I was going to ask you the difference between Taylor, your real name, and Tay Money, your rap name. But is there one? I feel like it might be kind of one and the same a little bit.
I am the same person, but Taylor like wears like sweatpants and no makeup all the time. And I'm like really messy. But I think that people not messy as in like cleanly, but like just bedhead a little. I think people need to see that, but that's really who I am. And I love to get all pretty and dolled up. But when I'm all dolled up and I'm in that outfit and I'm taking money, like, girl, please. Like but I would say that I am authentic and that sometimes that can I wouldn't say hurt me, but like I'm a real person at the end of the day. Like this is not a costume that I put on. And that comes with a lot of feelings and a lot of, just a lot of things, a lot of emotions.
I didn't even mention that at the beginning that you're performing here in Wichita at the Wave on Saturday. That's
Yes.
January 17th, doors at 7 p.m. What can we expect from a live performance?
I'm gonna go out there and have the most fun, and so are you if you're gonna be there. But I'm bringing my team from Dallas, so we're gonna drive up. I love a good road trip. It's only like 5 hours, and we're just gonna give y'all a time. I'm bringing my hype man. Like we're just gonna have a time.
Are you going to perform the song Redneck? Because I think I've fallen in love with that song. So catchy.
I will perform Redneck. It is a really when you have certain songs that when you play them live, it's one of those songs that like it's like, oh, that's good. And so Redneck is on the list, yeah.
And you say in that song, this is the beginning of kind of my country era. Do you have country influences? Did you grow up listening to any country music?
Yeah. Can you still see me? Because I had just got a call
Yeah.
for a second. Okay. I did. My sister's 8 years older, and I would steal her CDs. That's how old I am and how old she is. And I would steal her CDs and open up the papers in them and look at all the pictures of Kenny Chesney all the time. But yeah, I have been out in Nashville. That's where I'm at right now. And I have been in touch with the country. I'm kind of doing a genre bend. It's country rap, but nothing is ever too country, you know? But like, I'm from Texas. Like, come on. I'm just gonna be country. Yeah.
Who've been some of your favorite collaborations? I know you collaborated with Sweetie. Do you
Mhm.
have any of those other collaborations lined up for the future?
I do have some in the works right now. I won't name drop because they're not solidified yet. But Sweetie was such an awesome person to work with. And she's such a girl's girl. And she is one of, I want to say, the few women that are up there that made me feel like welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like no one really kind of opened the door for me. I like put my foot in it. So she welcomed me and that was wonderful. And I've worked with the baby and Rob 49 and Key Glock, and they are all so nice.
Yeah. And you know, I'm a little bit older than you, so when I was growing up, there were like two women rappers. It's like the Brat, Missy Elliott came along. I mean, there's a few, but now there's so many. What have you noticed about just the rise in women rappers and their popularity? Because it's an even playing field.
It is, and the girls are not here to play. And if the boys, some of these boys be acting like girls out here, so we had to take the ropes. But I am glad that there are so many women out there doing the thing, and I'm glad that I don't feel like I was one of the first, but I'm glad I was able to like. I'm stamped. Tay Money is stamped.
Absolutely. Couple extra additional questions I have real quick. Just you played softball. Are you a baseball fan? Because I'm a huge baseball fan.
I am, but I don't keep up with it like I used to. Like I'm talking like I was a New York Yankee addict.
Well, we don't even need to talk about the New York Yankees,
Okay.
but that's okay. There's a lot of Yankees fans out there. I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan, so we're
Okay.
trained to hate the Yankees. And I
I
got to
love any sport though. Like I thoroughly love football. Like thoroughly.
Cowboys.
Of course. Come
Yeah,
on.
got to be a Cowboys fan. And I got to ask you about your dog because I know you love your dog. So
Yes,
tell me about your dog.
his name is Bento. He goes by Bento Bebecito, and he is a long-haired weenie dog, and he has more personality than me.
That's hard to believe.
No,
I saw you
he's
chasing him around on Instagram.
yeah, he be trying me. He be trying me, but he knows better.
So tell us what's next for you. We know you're obviously coming here to Wichita, but career-wise, what are you looking to do? You've made a few albums. You've obviously gone viral. So what is there left to do? Not that you're toward the end at all, but what do you do next?
In my heart, I want that one song that crosses me over, that like puts me in the realm of like a Sabrina Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be with the greats.
Yeah,
So I am looking for that crossover because right now I was here and like now I'm here and I want to be here. So that's what's next for me. But I am dropping a country rap genre bending song on January 30th called F180, not F150, F180, okay? And I will drop another single after that. So after two singles, I will drop an EP as a tape. Um and eventually one day Tay Money is going to open a hair salon.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
We all look forward to that. And yeah, it's been a blast talking to you. Wish you all the success in the world. You'll be here in Wichita again at the Wave this Saturday, January 17th. Doors open at 7 p.m. I know that's going to be an awesome show. So thanks so much, Tay.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
All right, thank you too.
Bye.